Welcome, everyone, to the Ringside Podcast live edition. Again, I'm your host, Daniel Spencer.
I'm Jeremy Wallman.
And I'm Linda Kay.
All right, no Eric tonight. Eric actually has suffered some injuries by the hands of the one and only Adam Revolver at OVW Television last week, so he's had to take the night off. But it's okay because we got a big show still to fill. Thoughts and prayers for Eric on a quick recovery. But today we've got just in a couple little bit here shortly, we're going to have the one and only, the OVW Women's Champion herself and one of the stars of wrestlers on Netflix, Hollyhood, Haley J. She'll be joining us a little bit later in the show. Stay tuned. She was going to pop on at any time. But until then, guys, how y'all doing? How's everything going?
I mean, I'm still trying to fathom what happened last week at OVW, hence Eric not being here. Adam Revolver attacking the broadcast team and Eric, and this close to getting his hands on me. Don't know what would have happened, but thankfully Cal Hero came and saved the day for me, because who knows what would have happened.
It was pretty uncomfortable being there. My return, I've never seen. First off, kudos to the crowd. Davis Arena was absolutely electric. I hadn't heard it that loud in a long, long time. But to sit there, and I was having a good time because they were like, Daniel's not going to be here tonight. So I'm like, awesome. It makes my return even sweeter. And then I see two of my really good friends get assaulted. And then Brian Kennison was assaulted. And I'm like,
And Steve.
do I jump? Do I jump the rail? Do I sit back? I'm not really in a condition to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. So I stood up and they kind of moved away. But it was really, really uncomfortable to be sitting. And then Haley got rock socked at the end. It was just definitely aggravating for me because, you can't do anything, especially as a fan. So, but I was glad to be back in the Davis Arena. I'm moving my own show. It normally records Thursday nights. We're moving it to prime time on Friday nights going forward, so I could be in the Davis Arena each and every week that my health will allow me to. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
Only for you, Linda, not for him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we appreciate you doing that for Linda and for Eric Cornish, and yeah, you're doing it. You could say you're doing it for Sean, my brother-in-law, too, as well. How about that?
I don't know him, but I'm doing it for the brand. I'm doing it for the culture. Let's go.
All right, let's go for sure. We've already got people in the chat, guys. Right now, you can live chat with us if you're watching this. Those who are listening on the audio that airs later in the week, it's always good to try it if you can to hop on the live show. You can go back and watch the show and still review the chats and see our discussions and whatnot, and get the visuals. But if you're there watching live, you can definitely come in. Send us a question, send us some thoughts, send us some comments. It just might get popped up on the air. We just might answer it. Haley J just might answer your question live on the air when she comes on the show. And she's just a few minutes away, guys. I know that the show starts at 7:15. She will hop on here shortly, so stay tuned. Haley will be on the show. We're not going anywhere, and we're no false advertisement. It's just we wanted to get things going, and Haley's going to hop on as soon as she can. So it's pretty awesome there. So yeah, I'm excited for everything that's happening. We got a lot of news. Let's discuss real quick. The big news that came out this week, that actually came out today, is that Jade Cargill signed a multi-year deal with the WWE, and she's already at the Performance Center training and things. And I mean, she's kind of hinted out there that she could show up at any time, maybe even tonight at NXT, since it also is in Orlando. Guys, your thoughts on Jade Cargill joining WWE?
Well, I was going to say, I know Jeremy's very pleased with that. I know you broke the news to us in our personal chat. That's huge. That's great to hear. Definitely have a lot more to see from Jade, and getting that experience down in Orlando with WWE is going to be huge for her, and also what we will end up seeing on WWE TV. So thrilled to hear that.
I'm just excited for the impending Jade versus Charlotte Mania match. That's what I'm absolutely. My mind went to that first. Jade was, to me, and no offense to any of the other wrestlers on the other brand. Her and Britt were really two of the only people that I enjoyed watching on that brand. So for one of them to be on WWE programming going forward, it's pretty cool, and I can't wait. She's so much taller than everybody on the WWE roster except for Charlotte. So I'm looking forward to those epic battles.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. There's, is she going to take the man out, as someone said? I mean, I can see, the possibility of her doing that and her coming in and taking out the man in NXT and becoming a dominant champion there. I don't know. It's definitely a get. I mean, there's three names that has been synonymous with AEW. Well, not synonymous, I guess, but two names for sure that has been powerhouses in AEW. One is in Cody Rhodes, who came to WWE about a year and a half ago. The other being Jade Cargill, and then another name that actually got to start at AEW as far as a known name, although he did a lot of indie stuff, is Brian Pillman Jr. We've yet to see him make any debuts or do anything, but he did sign, as reported, a contract as well. So what is, this is going to be interesting to see, like, who else is going to be the next person to take that step, and go from AEW to WWE, and there's the rumors of the other people from there's a rumor of another big person, living on an edge and going from WWE to AEW. So, that could happen too as well. And it's still, those names can go back and forth. It's interesting to see. It's also interesting to see the news of, like, Sami Callihan's contract's coming to an end. He's going to be a free agent into the week at Impact Wrestling. PCO has announced his contract's coming to an end at Impact Wrestling. So there's a lot of contracts up. There's a lot of renegotiation happening, and it's just a great world of wrestling that we live in. And what can OVW sign one of these guys? How about it?
I'm all for it. The more star power, the better. Really quick, shout out to our guy RJ in the chat, RJK in the building, J-Mo. And as he likes to call himself, my big little brother, Joey, he's in the chat as well. Glad everybody is enjoying the live show. We know, absolutely. I absolutely doing it for you. You motivate me every day, brother. And that's as Daniel would like to say, that's a shoot, brother. So, and then I see somebody stupid in the chat too. But other than that, it's a pretty good audience tonight.
Yeah, Brianna as well. She's at every show, and I know a huge Hollyhood fan, so happy to see you on here too.
Absolutely. And
Ringside Live.
Shout out, and RJ says, give me Jade versus Asuka. That'd be pretty cool. And RJ is one of the is Brian Hebner's co-host of Reffing It Up. So shout out to him. And I've been filling in for Jimmy Cordeas the last few weeks. Got another week or so left for that, and it's been a pleasure. So RJ, thanks for joining us and hanging out. I'll be seeing RJ a little later tonight as we do some recording for that show. After this show, I got a long night of podcasting ahead of me, but all good. That's what I love to do. And this is a good shout out from a good mention from. Let me find it again from Ron Mosley of the Final Count. He says, a great to see the Davis Arena being full again after being a long time OVW fan, and it's been full many times, but it's the Thursday nights is the key on that. It's been full a lot when it comes to this pay-per-views and the specials, but the Thursday nights, it's hit or miss on how sometimes it'll be full and then sometimes not. And the fact that it's full, and right now, as the last update I heard, is about 75 to 80% sold out already for this Thursday. So get your tickets now. And I want to throw this out there here. If you go get your tickets at OVW tickets at ovwrestling.com, use promo code Ringside and you save 20% on your tickets. So you support us, we support you by helping you support OVW. So look at that. It's all supporting everywhere, right? And you save 20%. Use that promo code Ringside right there. I even think Linda Kay's got her own promo code. If you don't want to use Ringside, want to use that. Regardless, you're saving 20% and you're helping us out. So, and we're helping you out in the long run. So definitely.
And if you put in promo code 55, an error code will come up. So
right, will. An error code will come up, but yeah. So do that for sure. Go get your tickets now. And anytime tickets are on sale. By the way, use that promo code and you save. We're just a few more minutes away, guys, from Haley J joining us. Hollyhood Haley J, the star of Wrestlers on Netflix and the OVW Women's Champion. Haley J. And is she a 3-time women's champion? What's the total on that? Linda, do you have those? Do you have that number? Is it 3-time? 3-time. Okay, that's what I thought. 3-time women's champion. It makes me wonder who's held it the most. Who has that most? Like who has that moniker? Who has it the most? Has it been Jay Lee had it? I don't think Jay Lee had it more than 3 times. I'm trying to think if there's somebody out there that, and maybe somebody with some OVW trivia, maybe Ron Mosley might know this answer, but who had it? Who's had it more?
His name that is not warranted. I've never even heard of the kid before.
Well, he's in the chat and he's an OVW faithful, so I know that you've had some issues with him on Facebook.
No, I don't even know who he is.
All right. Well, there's
no issues here. I don't give the ringside rub to just anybody. That's for sure.
All right. Well, let Linda talk more and Daniel less. Okay. Did you pay?
I did chuckle at that.
Did you pay Joey, your brother, to do that?
I have to. Linda's the best. I didn't have to pay him anything.
Linda is the best. Absolutely, I agree with that. Linda is the best, and we're gonna have. And speaking of the best, we're gonna have the best women's champion. Currently right now, Haley J about to join us any minute, guys. Stay tuned. She's about to pop on. I know that your guys are waiting patiently, and we appreciate that for sure.
Thanks,
so
Linda,
actually, Daniel, to correct whoever said that it was 3 times. Actually, Serena, I guess it's
4
Serena.
times?
6.
Well, right now, I'm Matty Ice said it in the chat. He said Jessie Bell has the most of 11 reigns.
Yeah, that doesn't show up on the official website.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but it sounds like Jessie Bell had it quite a few times. I do believe that. I just don't know the number for sure. What's funny is that at Impact Wrestling, we have a guy who runs our social media that I can just text him literally, and he gives me like some crazy stats. Like you can ask him who wrestled on October 22nd, 2004, and he'll go, "Oh, that was AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels," and blah, blah, blah. He'll give you the whole card. And you're like, "What? How do you know that?" And so he would know those kind of stuff. We need an OVW person. Maybe
we need
Brian Cannon. Brian Cannon, I might be able to win.
Yeah.
Might be able to get that. We need to have him on the show.
It is Jessie though with 11. I scrolled down a little bit and it was her.
Look at this. John mentioned here, not only is she the OVW Women's Champion, she's also the Nickel City Wrestling's Women's Champion, one of the local indie feds out there. So I didn't know that until you put that on the online there. So appreciate that info there for sure, because that's pretty awesome. But look, before we bring Haley on, let's talk about a sponsor, Collar and Elbow. That's right. When you go to collarandelbow.com, use promo code Ringside, all capital letters, you save 10%, and you help the Ringside podcast out. It's Collar and Elbow brand, the best wrestling apparel there is today. Collar and Elbow. Get yourself right now. They got some new merch available right now as we speak. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com, use that promo code Ringside, and save money today and get the best wrestling apparel there is. All right, I had to throw that out there real quick. And
I'm wearing Collar and Elbow, the mirror team.
You are. I had to get me off the big screen. I didn't like me on the big screen.
I was going to say, what was the purpose of that? I thought you were going to bring up like a screen that showed you scrolling through it, and you're just like, no, Daniel needs to be bigger than the other two immediately.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm trying to highlight that I'm advertising or promoting Collar and Elbow, and I actually forgot to throw in the music in the background. So see, it's all this whole, it's so much to navigate and control. But it is what it is on that. Look at that. Speaking of wrestlers, your Joey said, your brother Joey said he just restarted Wrestlers today. That's awesome. I actually have, I don't know how many times I've really officially watched it yet. I'm trying to think of how many times I've
Rianne or whatever, Rianne Mosley. Yeah, we know we've already established it was Jessie with 11 reigns. I'm not giving him any more.
Wrestlers is streaming now on Netflix, guys. So go check it out if you haven't already. And of course, we are the official podcast of OVW. So yes, so that is
we are. I'd heard we weren't. We are still on top.
No, we are, and I know that old I know that JMO likes to always message me and act like whoa and try to say we're not, or there's other official podcasts out there. There's not. There's only one official OVW podcast. There are many podcasts that cover OVW, and we support and love those guys and love all those people that talk about OVW, but we're just the official OVW podcast. I mean, I'm the senior official, right? And Linda's officially, Linda's this way. Linda is officially, the ring announcer, and we have another official ring announcer who's not here. And then we have Jeremy, our number one fan. So OVW's number one fan.
I'm not okay, whatever, Daniel.
You are a fan of OVW, are you not?
OVW, I don't know. Just for some reason, whenever you refer to me as a fan, it sounds like you are degrading me as to, oh, I'm just a fan. But I'm the needle mover. I'm the reason why people watch this show. I mean, Linda too, but like when we first started doing the show, like I'm not just, I guess I am a fan, whatever.
Yeah, well,
I'm a supporter. I was just
going to say, you're a big supporter, and knowing you're going to be live at Davis Arena pretty much every week, it's pretty awesome to hear. I was very excited. I got to say, I was very excited seeing Jeremy live at the last week. I had no idea you were going to be there. And I was like,
I didn't tell anybody. I wanted to surprise everybody, and I didn't know Daniel wasn't going to be there, but after the show was over, the very second me and Linda locked eyes, she gave me the biggest hug ever, and I was like, I'm so glad to be in attendance here at Davis Arena. We'll talk about this a little bit later. I did get harassed on the way out, though.
A shout out to Adam. I just subscribed to this awesome podcast. I haven't heard of OVW until I watch Wrestlers on Netflix. OVW is awesome, and Hollyhood Heavy J is awesome. Keep up the awesome podcast. Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate that. Yes, guys. Hey, by the way, real quick, share this, retweet this, so whatever. Hang on here.
You've been regulated to somebody in the chat, Ryan, so shut up.
Yeah. So, but anyway, share this, because Haley's about to hop on. Let me actually, Haley is about to join, guys. Oh, here we go. All right, guys, real quick, I want to bring to you right now, she's going to join the show. Here she is. She is the OVW Women's Champion and star of Wrestlers. Let's bring her in the proper way. Here we go. Hollyhood, Haley J. There she is, everybody.
Yay!
Hollyhood Haley J. Welcome to the show.
Ooh.
I mean, we got to do it right with your intro, right? We got to bring.
Can I do it then? Because
go ahead, Linda. Linda, go ahead. Yes, do it.
From the screens, she is your OVW Women's Champion, Hollyhood Haley J.
There we go.
It's over there. You're right.
Let it bump a little bit. Here we go.
Hey.
All right.
Linda's my favorite ring announcer.
Oh,
well, good.
Love you, Haley. So glad to see you.
I wish you would have said that when Eric is on the show. Eric is not with us tonight, but man, it'd been great for you to say that when Eric is sitting here too. But we all know the truth. Linda's always all of our favorite ring announcer for sure.
I like Eric too, but I love Linda.
Oh, yeah.
Haley, who's your favorite referee?
My favorite referee?
Yeah. Okay.
Come on. No, it was funny. There was.
I'm just messing.
Yeah.
I'm messing.
It was funny. So there was a comment made the other day with one of our good friends and on the show, as well as a colleague of mine, referee Jake Cloyd, and he was like, "I'm your favorite referee," and I was like, "That's funny," because she told me that last week, and it was just one of those little spats we have going on. But I could tell you, never mind. We're not. I was going to say I could tell you who her least favorite is, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That's not.
They're not on the pot.
No, not never. No, Haley, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. I know we've talked about it a long time ago of having you on, and I remember we had it scheduled at one time like a year or so ago. I don't know, maybe longer than that, and I don't know what happened. I can't remember why we didn't go through with it, but I just think now we're doing video. Now you're on Wrestlers. Like, this is kind of the perfect time to bring you in a debut anyways. Why bring you on when it was just audio and everybody can see the gorgeous, face of yours? So there you go, right?
I agree. We're live, pal. I love that. Who better
yeah,
than
absolutely.
me?
Absolutely. So let's kind of start it off. We know that you're the 3-time OVW Women's Champion. We'll talk a little bit about OVW and your career and stuff like that. Let's talk about right now. What has this show Wrestlers done for you just in the last few weeks since it's debuted?
Well, if you haven't seen my social media, it has went up there. I've gained a bunch of followers, got a bunch of bookings, got some out of the country bookings. That's cool. Got a lot of people ordering merch. I've almost sold out of all of my merch. Got me a little tryout, but it didn't fall through, so that'll come back around. And it got me a lot of new friends.
Yeah, now
got a full house on Thursday. I know that's not all me, that's OVW, but
right.
I thought that was great. So
full house, and it's almost, as we mentioned before the show, it's almost a sold out full house again. This coming up week, this Thursday. Nice. So it's at, I think the last number I heard was a 75 to 80% sold. So I have a feeling it's going to be sold at 100% on Thursday, come Thursday, which
nice.
That's
I know there were
awesome.
people that I seen at the Apple Festival that were telling me that they came and got turned away. So they drove 3 hours to see us at the Apple Festival. And I was like, oh, well, hello, try again this Thursday. We'll be there.
Right. Somebody mentioned for your merch, they need a 3X tall hoodie so they can rep the brand too. So I guess maybe you got at least one person that would buy one of those.
I'll get some hoodies.
3X tall.
3X tall. Heard.
Yeah, he's only 6'8". He's not that tall.
Yeah.
Shout out to baby bro there. Look, Haley, here's what I want to say. I have been following you since you got to OVW. You've always been, so I've been there since day one, if you will. When I first started coming around, I started bringing my niece around. And here's the day that I become a Haley J fan. I was in line with her. You were walking up and you were doing what you do, which was trying to get promoing with everybody in the line. And then you came up to my niece and she was cheering for her. And you're like, why are you cheering me? You're supposed to boo me. Boo me. Then you looked up at me and was like, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. You know why? Because you're a teddy bear. And then you walked in the door. You looked back at me and said, but make sure y'all boo me. And I was hooked from that point forward. Then to see how you've grown, I'm so proud of you, honestly. That's not me. I'm so proud to see where you were. And then to watch the show. Obviously, the show didn't happen today. It happened a year ago. But just to see how much you grew throughout the show, and then to see how you've grown since the show. Daniel, get that graphic off my face.
Chasen's little sister wants to say hi to his favorite, so I had to put that up there.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. If you can't tell, Daniel's my least favorite rep, but I'll continue. But that was the day. That was the day that you sold me, and that's the reason why I come to OVW every Thursday night that I can.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not a problem.
Tell your niece I said thank you too.
I will.
No, that's funny. I'm always doing something. I don't leave people alone. If I see them, I'm just like.
So what? Go ahead, Linda. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when I first came to OVW 2021 or so, you're one of the first people I met there in the locker room, and you were gracious to me, and I love that. I feedback that to you, and you still are to me, and I would love to return that to you as well. So I just got to say, same what Jeremy said, just seeing, I mean, like all of us, just what we've transitioned, in a positive note to become, and seeing it in a different light, not just on OVW TV, but obviously on Wrestlers as well, which we'll of course get into a bit more. But I just want to say, well-deserved everything that's happened as well, and I just appreciate your support as well. Give it right back to you.
Linda.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so sweet. You're gonna make me turn red. Stop it.
Well, we brought this up on the last episode when we reviewed it. Is like one of the first things when we get introduced to Linda and you on the episode. The first thing you do is you hug Linda and you go, "Oh, you smell so good."
I was about to say that. Linda always smells good.
Yeah, and we said in a place where everyone smells like funk. It's always nice when you run into somebody who smells good. And Linda's not the only one. There's one other two that smell good too. But it's like Linda. I don't know how many times I probably have told her that myself. It's like, oh, you smell good. You know, it's just, and she probably hears that all day long. So I'm glad it made the Netflix show. I'm glad it made it on there.
Yeah, sure. But then we had our moment there, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Becky. Where's Becky? So annoying.
It seems like every time, Daniel, we have somebody from OVW on, they mention the fact how Linda smells the greatest. So
yeah,
the trend continues tonight.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely. So, all right. So, real quick, let's kind of touch a little bit about. I mean, I know wrestlers talked about it a little bit, but let's, you don't have to go too much in detail. But when exactly did you get that itch, get that bug to say, I'm going to do this? I know your mother was a wrestler beforehand, and she still is, but she was wrestling, so you kind of knew the business. But where was it where you're like, I got to scratch that itch? Let's do this.
As in, like, when am I going to start wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, well, I was like 20, and if you watch the Netflix stuff, I had some stuff happen in real life that I didn't really appreciate getting my son involved with, so I decided to do a U-turn and then move out of Frankfurt and come here and start wrestling. But that was pretty much my turning point. I think I've always knew I was gonna wrestle. I tried to run from it, but I always knew. Even when I was like playing high school sports and stuff, I never really gave it 1,200% of my time because I'm like, I'm gonna wrestle anyways. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna wrestle anyways. I don't care if I drop out of school. I'm gonna wrestle anyways. None of this matters. I think I always knew that was what I was gonna do. Mm-hmm. So 20.
Hey, that you. Yeah, but and you picked up on it pretty fast because you're what, 22, 23 now?
I'm 23. I'm about to turn 24 on Thursday.
Yes.
Everyone bring me presents. Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So you picked on it pretty fast. Now, great, you did have a great trainer and great leader as in Reverend Ronnie, who's been on the show before, awesome. And good friend of all of ours. But he took you, and of course, not to mention your mother as well, taking you, kind of training you, teaching you the ropes, no pun intended. But what made you, or what was the transition to say, hey, because you wasn't at OVW before, what brought you to the dance at OVW and put you in that spotlight on TV and everything?
Al Snow. I was training at the arena. I was originally wrestling. My whole first year of wrestling was at IWA Mid-South, where I just learned how to protect myself and, nonsense. But COVID happened, and you guys got shut down, so you guys came to the arena. Mm-hmm. And I was there, and when I was checking out the building, I guess he's seen me and Billy Starks and a couple others in the ring training, and he called Tuff, the owner of the building, and was like, I want the blonde hair and the blue hair girl. And I was like, yep, that's me. Boom. And then while you guys were there, I had a couple matches there. And then once the world opened back up and you guys went back home, Al decided to bring me along with you. So, and then with that, I think Al just gave me an opportunity in the arena to kind of show out and be me, and I took it and ran.
Yes, you did. You did for sure. One of the things that I get asked, and I've got asked a lot here lately too, as well, when people from at Impact or anybody else who's never got a chance to meet you or work with you but has heard about you, the thing they always ask me is, all right, is Haley really Haley? I mean, like, how much of that is real and how much is that is her? And we see in the Netflix series where you talk about, like, it's you turned up. It's you. It's who you are. The character of Hollyhood Haley J is who you are as a person. Did you ever at one time think about, a different character, or try to pretend wrestling and be somebody else, or in your mind were you always like, I'm gonna be Hollywood Haley Jane, that's who I am?
No. Ronnie, he was from the beginning like, nope, you're a character yourself, so just be you. That's the best advice Rev has ever gave me in my life. It's just be you. Anytime I go anywhere, that's what he always says. He calls me and reminds me, just be you. And I kind of figured out how to turn it up and turn it down and play with it as such. People don't like this, people like this, but other than that, no. Other than WoW, okay, when WoW came around, now that one's a little character for me, so that was different, but it's fun. I hated it at first, not gonna lie. Sorry, everyone, but I did. And then I'd seen it on the, the TV, and just being out there with Mom too. It's actually really cool.
Well,
when I first saw you guys, I mentioned that to both of you, and I'm like, that's so great to see a different light, if you will, a different character. But yeah, I remember the adjustment. It
shows that I can, do a little, I guess, acting. I mean, it's not too far off. I am a country girl, but I also have to turn that up too. And that one's harder because I'm so used to just being me and not having to think. So I can go and just react to everything like I would. But with Holly Swag, I got to like think about it a little bit. And then, I kind of just feed off my mom and Jessie Bell's energy because they can tune into that country a little better than I can.
So, since you brought it up, I do want to ask that question. How did WoW come about? Like, where did that opportunity come from?
Well, I was doing some show, and Jessie Bell, she called me. I did have an opportunity with WoW before this. It was also during COVID, though, so we got shut down. But I wrestled Malaya Hosaka my second match ever, and she was impressed and took my promo and stuff and was kind of shooting me to WoW. So I think I already had like an in. I had a couple people in there that were like, she's good, bring her. So, and Mom was already supposed to go out there too, and then COVID happened. So either way, I had good people that were vouching for me. And once again, they gave me the opportunity, and I came and showed out, and they were like, wow, no pun intended. Yeah.
See, she can do those puns. You're not allowed to do those, Daniel.
I do them all the time. I just saw her mother this past weekend. She was wearing a WoW shirt, and I was like, oh, that outfit's WoW. Like, I mean, she laughed.
As much as I do. So it is what it is. No, some people have to turn it up, and there's other people that are just naturally gifted and are just born with it. People like us and Linda. I mean, some people have to try, but the rest of us are just born with it.
Yeah. I mean, I keep getting told that, but I think I'm just, I'm funny. I don't know. I guess I do have a pretty strong personality.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like that.
Al for sure has an eye for talent. Someone made this a point. I mean, he saw you in the ring rolling around with Billy Starks, who, by the way, is another talented female who's doing amazing stuff too as well. And and the fact that Al saw you all rolling around and was like, yeah, I want those two girls. That's pretty amazing. I don't think I've ever heard that story before. I mean, I knew that you came. I knew around the time how we were using you and how you got transitioned over, and we kept you when we went back to the Davis Arena, but I never knew that it was starting from him just seeing you practicing and rolling around training, and that's where it's like, I want those two girls on my television. That's pretty awesome.
I thought so too. I was like, really? Al Snow wants me? Okay.
My favorite thing I think I've ever experienced is your relationship with Al, because we go on last summer when this show was being filmed, the Netflix, or even this summer we were on the road or whatnot, but last summer I was on the road. There would be times we would literally somehow be all together. We stop at the same gas station or somewhere, and there's Haley like literally going, oh my God, it's Al Snow, everybody, and go over and just solely embarrassing and it was like the greatest thing ever, because he was so embarrassed. He's like, oh, I hate you, shut up, I'm gonna, and that was always and you did it so many times, and I don't know why he didn't know to not go in the same building with you, but he still hasn't learned to this day, and it's the greatest rib ever.
Al hates me for that. Or maybe Al hates me when I popped out of the casket and scared him at the Waverly Place. That was great. I mean, I feel like we have a love-hate relationship. He thinks that, I do dumb things, which I do. I'm not saying I don't. But I feel like I have a pretty good head on my shoulders, especially these days. And yeah, our relationship's like this. But I think any boss, worker, whatever would be. He wants what's best for me, and I want what's best for his show/business. So I just have to learn what it means to like show him that, aka like do what it takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I love Al. I love Rev because Rev, taught me all the basics, and he's like, be you. So I probably would have tried to play a character if it wasn't for him. But I definitely started off as like even more of a hood rat, like hair in a ponytail, no makeup, had a bandana. And I come to actual OVW and just seen the production and got in the ring, and I learned more how to be a superstar, and I'll always thank Al for that. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll go, sir, Jeremy. Go ahead.
Thanks, Daniel, for letting somebody else talk for a second.
I love this guy. He's great.
Look, I love you too. Look, I'm pointing the wrong way because of the stupid camera. Love you too. Look, the one thing that people can't deny is that you are a star. And so for those people that are watching, we said we had a lot of first-time listeners. At the beginning of this year, I had some serious health complications. I was in the hospital for 4 months, almost died 3 times, had like 12 surgeries. So last Thursday night was the first night I was able to get back to OVW. I saw my friends get roughed up by Adam Revolver, how is Adam Revolver a bully? I watched a radio disc jockey pin him just a couple of years ago. I'm not sure how that's even a thing. I saw you get rock socked by the Bad Girls Club. Like it was, I loved being there. I didn't love seeing that. And then after the show, I'm walking out. I had my niece. This is like 3 years later. She's in high school now. I'm teaching her how to drive. She's not that great. It is what it is. And I was like, she's like, can I get a picture with Haley? I was like, I'm sure she will. I tried to get your attention. And then the 3 Stooges over there started mouthing off to me. You know who I'm talking about, the Bad Weeds.
I do. That's what I call them as well, the 3 Stooges. So yes.
The Mad Karen's Club, the Bad Weaves Club, whatever whatever.
The Bad Weaves Club. Oh, I'm stealing that. Thank you.
You can have it. You can have it. It's all yours. But they started mouthing off to me, and I was like, I'm gonna be nice. My niece is here. She's kids these days are already twitchy for no reason, as it is. Like she had 3 years of middle school and only went to school for like a total of 4 months throughout that whole 3 years. So her social interaction skills are not like mine. Obviously, mine are on 100. But I take her outside and she's upset. She's like, "Why didn't you get a picture? Why didn't you get a picture for me?" And I was like, I was trying to handle the situation the way I knew how. I tried to give one on my high five. Like, okay, whatever, it's a joke. Y'all are harassing me, whatever. She wouldn't give it to me, so I threatened to flip the table on her. And Ashlyn was just like, I can't believe I didn't get a picture with Haley. And I was like, look, next time you need to speak up and stop being such a wuss. No, I didn't say that to her. I was like, well, you know what? We'll get it next time. And
we will.
And I got words for those 3. If I was nice the other night, I got bars.
I'm just gonna come hand the mic to you.
That's cool. And I gotta say, I'll let Daniel talk for the rest of the show. My brother will kill me if I don't mention him. He said if you are ever in the market for a 6'8" bodyguard, I guess he might think one of them are a dude. I don't know, but hit him up. He'll be glad to stand next to you and protect you.
Bet. Perfect.
That's what family does. Your family, your little sis. That's what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's great.
Take it. So, how has I know you. Granted, we don't want to give too much away. We want people, if they haven't watched Wrestlers, to check out Wrestlers on Netflix right now. But how has wrestling helped and changed your relationship with your mother, Amazing Maria?
Well, it brought us closer together because before my little situation happened, I was not even speaking to her. She was wrestling, doing whatever she was doing, and I was over here doing whatever I was doing. So, yeah, it actually brought us all the way back together. It kind of like reunited us. I feel like we're stronger than ever now. I can talk to her about anything. I can fight with her about anything. She's still crazy. She still gets on my nerves, but, you know, she's my mom.
Yeah, we really see that relationship flourish on wrestlers as well, and getting obviously not just what we see in ring with the two of you, or what we saw last summer, but everything from WoW just to everything outside life, family, and like you said, this definitely has brought you guys closer. And what do you think is ahead for the two of you? Do we foresee any more in-ring action, whether it's tag team or, I mean, who knows? I mean, the way we saw it on Wrestlers was you guys enemies of each other, but on OVW TV as of late, you guys are back in a great place together. So do you see some more in-ring interactions at OVW?
At OVW, maybe, if Al allows such things. I think that's always on the table as long as mom's willing to go. I'm never gonna say no. I don't want to tag with my mom or work with my mom. I think she's great. So, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's always a good story and it's fun. She makes things easier on me. So, yeah.
You know, it's amazing. Like, we talk about that match with you and your mother, and you know, and yes, I got to be the referee for that, so it was special for me as well. But what was so cool about it is watching it back. Like, I remember like being in like all the being in the trenches, right, and going through everything and what we were doing, the story we were telling, and everything. But I never, like, I'm watching it going, why am I crying over something I like know what's happening here? Like, Greg Whiteley did such an amazing job putting this together and telling the emotion, but like I'd still just am blown away that I was crying over this at watching this match when, yes, I know you on, I know everything. It's just like it took me to a different place. How, like, I want to hear your reaction to that, because I don't think I've ever asked you that yet. Like, what did that do to you watching that match back and that episode back?
Well, first of all, I think that's a compliment what you just said there, because you know the ins and outs. You know, everybody thinks they know, but you know the ins and outs. So it's like, gotcha.
Right.
But I cried too. I cried on a couple of different things though. So it wasn't even like, as soon as I turned it on, I seen me and I cried. I was like, oh, I'm on Netflix. I had to watch it like 3 times for me to actually watch it, because the first time it was just like emotional. I was just amazed at everything, and then yeah. But as far as like mine and mom's match, it was like a movie, man. They're so great. Like, Greg's awesome, and yeah, it was emotional. They got me. I can watch the match, you know, because it's me. But at the end, like when we hugged and we were like, boo, I was like, oh man, that was good. They got me. Leave me alone, you know.
Yeah.
But it was good. They had me crying too. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't. I was.
There was a lot of moments that, you're right, that we talked about this last week on the show, that got us crying. I mean, I couldn't believe I was crying over Al Snow getting in the ring, as I said before. Like, I don't know what that was all about. I was like, I'm sitting there all boohooing because I'm like, I just refereed his match a month before in Wisconsin, but for some reason I'm crying about him being in the Davis Arena having a match at OVW. Like, it was such a great emotional roller coaster to put you on everything. What would you say watching back? Is there anything on the episode or on the series that you regret, maybe it airing or them recording, or anything you wish they wouldn't have caught?
No.
That's good. That's a good answer.
Expect a different answer.
No, that's a good answer. Like,
I
should have
say
regrets.
no, because I learned from that. Like,
Yeah.
even just watching it back, I was like, oh man, probably actually shouldn't have did those things. But do I wish they wouldn't have got it? No, because then I wouldn't have learned from it. I'd probably continue doing the same dumb stuff. So I'm actually happy that they got it. Kind of humbled me a little bit, and Yeah, no, I don't regret anything. I think it's great, and I really think they made me look pretty dang good. So like overall, I might have a little smoking habit, but other than that, I think I look great.
100% unapologetically Haley J. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I can't do anything but be me. I've probably tried it and it didn't turn out so well. So no, I just be me, and I think it's easier to be honest in general. Anyways, I'm not a good liar. If I try to lie, you'll catch me. It doesn't matter. I don't know how I'm good at acting, but maybe I should try that. Figure that out. But when it's something serious, or I feel like someone important I care about, like Al, or when they ask me if I smoked, I can't lie to them because I care about them, and you know what I'm saying? It's like disrespect to me, and if I respect you, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I would just rather be honest and then correct my mistakes. Like, you won't catch me out there no more.
We got to ask because we talked about him on the show last week, and everyone who's watched wrestlers knows who this guy is, and seems to be everyone's number one enemy. So, what's your opinion now, sitting a year later, of our good old co-owner Matt Jones?
Matt Jones. Well, I think Matt Jones has grew on me now. Actually, I didn't know he was epileptic as well because I'm epileptic. So when I seen that episode of him doing the deal, kind of gave me a little PTSD. It was really sad. And then him just talking about how people's faces, like when he's coming to, and people that are worried about them, like he hates seeing them look so scared, and I'm like, oh, I felt that in my soul. So I feel for Matt Jones on another level. But as far as like business and stuff, he doesn't come and bother me, and he's been very communicative when I need things or, whatever. So he's gotten a lot better for me. I don't know how everyone else is feeling about him. I'm sure he's still doing some dumb stuff behind the scenes, but as far as me and Matt Jones, we're good.
All right. It's good to hear. We'll take a couple of fan questions they ask here. This I thought was interesting from Adam here. Adam asks you, if you could have dinner with any 3 wrestlers, living or dead, who would they be?
Ooh, is that a question for me? It would be.
Put you on the spot.
Eddie
Guerrero. Okay. All right.
Yes, because I love him, and obviously he passed before I was ever get the chance to meet him. I would throw Jeff Hardy in there because I've loved him since I was a kid, and I would be like, "Ooh, I'm going on a date with Jeff Hardy." No. But I'm gonna leave him out because that's Child Haley. That's Child Haley.
Okay,
I'm gonna say
that's okay. Child Haley can Child Haley can have what she wants sometimes. It's all good.
That's a date though. I don't know.
Okay, that's a date.
That dinner so serious. I think I want to go on a business dinner with Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And maybe learn some things,
Yeah.
And my last one would be Tracy Smothers, and it is because, man, he's done some wild stuff, and I just watched his riot at IWA Mid-South not too long ago, and he double throat punched 2 people at the same time, and it was great, and I would just like to ask him about that.
All right.
I did not expect those 3. That was a good 3.
Yeah.
Random, right? Well, now you're welcome to my brain.
And then we'll give you the date with Jeff Hardy. How about that? We'll let you have the 4 there.
It's so funny. I seen him at it might have been Dave Hero's show, and I was with Eric. I'm like, Eric, go ask him to take a picture with me. I'm literally me everywhere I go. Anytime I go AEW, when I go to WOW, I went to NWA. Even when I went to WWE, I'm me, and I talk to people as if we're on the same, even though we're not. But I'm still gonna joke around with you and laugh like we're all human. So if I think it's funny, I bet I can get you to laugh, and then you'll like me. Duh. So I'm very open. But when it comes to Jeff Hardy, I'm like, go ask him. Go ask him. Yeah, and he was real nice. He didn't care, but
yeah.
So you got your picture.
Yes, I did.
All right, that's cool. All right, you should get. I was gonna say sometimes, I've to the point now. Sometimes I regret not taking pictures with certain people when I should. So as I've always heard, Pondo say and others say, take the picture. So just take it and then go on with it and make sure you get, if you have the opportunity to do it, because you never know when you're not going to, you may not ever get that opportunity again, or
Amen. Yep.
so for sure on that.
Great question.
Go ahead, Jammer. Go ahead.
That's a great question, Adam. Great question.
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned this. Haley J and Mercedes Monet would be a phenomenal tag team. Hey, as DJ Eric over there, I don't disagree. I think that would be pretty rad myself.
I always said I wanted to wrestle her, but I could tag with her,
But we have to have the Sasha Banks character from the NXT, and
Correct.
you. I think you two together and that character. I would. That'd be like peanut and jelly. Y'all just go right together.
That
So,
would be great. Yeah, right. That would be
yeah.
good.
But I do think that you all could wrestle as well. One of the things that I do wanted to ask you is, I know that you kind of brought it up. You've got to experience, like mentioned NBA, some AW Dark. You even had a tryout at Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, no. So my question is, what is it like when you get to experience these different locker rooms and go into it? These, I guess, what they could say next level or whatever you want to call it. Although I think some of, when it comes to OVW, I think OVW is kind of on a higher level than a lot of indie places, but for sure. But when you go to these other locker rooms like that, you experience NWA, you experience Impact, you experience AEW. What are those? How is that compared to what you've from NWA Mid South to OVW? What was it like for you, the transition?
Well, IWA Mid South is like the trenches. It's the ghetto. So OVW is more official business.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn. I had to grow up a little bit. Couldn't just be doing whatever. So that got me ready to go to NWA or AEW or even the Impact. So yeah, I had to grow up. That was the transition.
Yeah, right. I gotcha. What somebody who I know that speaks highly of you, and I mean she's one of the greatest of all time, is Mickie James. Yes. You knew what I was going to say. Yes, I was going to say, tell us a little bit about your relationship with Mickie James.
I love Mickie. Mickie James is fantastic. I'm pretty sure she's the reason I had my tryout there. And she originally booked me for NWA, her Empower show that she did. And it was because you remember Timmy Baltimore used to be at OVW.
Yep, I do.
He still watches OVW, and he's good friends with Mickie, like her right-hand man. And he showed her me, and she was doing her show, and he's like, hey, look at this girl from OVW. She saw me. She was interested. She Zoom called me, and I was like staring at her like, oh, my God. And she was like, yeah, well, you want to come to NWA? I'm like, heck yeah. And then when I went there, of course, anytime Haley J gets an opportunity somewhere, people on the internet hate. So there was a lot of hate going on the internet and a lot of lies, first of all. So she had just called me to try to figure out, like, why do all these people hate you? What's the issue? And she was like, well, I've done my research, and I think you're fine. I think your name's cool. You actually remind me of my sister. It was a little, a little crazy. People gave her the same kind of problems, whatever. And yeah, Mickey's she's the most genuine person, man. I've even outside of wrestling, sometimes she doesn't want to talk about wrestling. She wants to give me life advice, which I appreciate that. She's awesome. And if I try to, since I feel like we're so cool, I try to, help the other girls who are scared to talk to her or ask her for advice or take a picture with her. I'm like, here. So I think it's cool that I can be that connect,
Yeah, for sure.
She doesn't mind at all. She's willing to help anyone. She's great.
Absolutely. Another listener question from Joey Wallman, baby brother of Jeremy over there. He wants to know, what's the ultimate wrestling goal for Haley J?
The ultimate wrestling goal is obviously WWE. I'm trying to wrestle at WrestleMania, man. Become champ, top dog. I feel like anywhere I go, I make my way to the top. So I just got to get there. But that's the goal. Be champ, wrestle WrestleMania, and I can retire.
Is there anybody out there right now that on the market, whether it's on the market, I say it like that, but on the indies or even AEW and Impact people do indies. WB is not so much. So we won't name those guys just yet because obviously you want to go there. But anybody right now that you can at this moment be booked with and have a match with that you want to work with, like I want to have a match with this person or that person. Who are those? You can give more than one if you have a couple, but who are those people?
Well, I would like to do another, match with Billy Starks. I feel like I could wrestle her. She's on AEW. You said people that I can get to right now, right?
Yeah,
so clearly
exactly.
not Charlotte Flair. My dream match is Charlotte Flair. We're both second generation. I'm a superstar. She's a superstar. It's a great story. So
yeah. That's your WWE person. We're definitely, but I want to know like somebody we could book
but
tomorrow.
Can I name AEW? Can I say Billy Starks?
You can, absolutely.
She was the first person who cracked me and taught me that things weren't so sweet when I rolled in the ring. And I don't know. I think it's just because we're cut from the same cloth. Like I want to have that match on a bigger stage, So I would say Billy. Let's bring that back. And who else? No, that's pretty much it. If I'm being honest with you, I was thinking like way ahead of the game, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be in Orlando training with whoever. So I don't have any. I'm kind of taking a step back and maybe reconsidering all this, but whoever, send your top 3 favorite indie people at me and I'll get it going.
Well, I'm going to tell you somebody that I think you would because you watch them on Impact Television, they're a certain character there, but on the indies they are just a powerhouse. And if you have a chance to work with, I can name 2 people actually on Impact Wrestling, but if you have a chance to work with this person, and this was highly recommended by Alex Shelley, who stated they would love to see you work with them and kind of and this person can help you along the way. It's Masha Slimovic. I don't know if you're familiar with her work and what she does, but
I was actually booked against her in New York. I'm the champion at her home promotion in Buffalo, New York.
Okay,
but I believe she had some Impact stuff and it didn't go through. So
okay,
still the champion there, but I would love to work Masha. Masha's cool. When I was at Impact, I was talking to Masha,
Yeah.
Some of your Impact people don't like me, so the locker room was just kind of like, But there were great people in there. Jessica Havoc, Mickie James, Masha. There were people around who definitely were like, you're going to do great. And I'm like, all right.
I don't. What's funny is the people that I think didn't. If anybody didn't like, I mean, the locker room is very family oriented. So I think they just didn't know who you are. But but right now, just past week we was in Memphis, Tennessee, and there was a lot of talk about Hollyhood Haley J, and there was a lot of. It was all positive. It was all positive,
good. Thank you.
And I will say this: Alex Shelley thinks you are. He loves your character. He loves who you are. He wants to see you work with some of these top names, the Jordan Graces, the Deanna Pazos, the Masha Slimovic.
I'll take them all day. Are you kidding me?
And then Mickie James
anybody
too.
on a bigger platform. You said indies. I'm not thinking about the indies.
Well, but they are. But they work indies as well. That's the thing. Like Deanna doesn't work indies as much anymore, and Jordan is, I think, slowly getting back into it. But Masha does for sure. Mickie does appearances every so often. But yes, I mean that's something that
I'd love to work. Mickie James. Are you kidding me?
Somebody out there watching this, whether it's you, Sami Callihan at Wrestling Revolver, somebody out there right now who's watching this, book Haley, book Hollyhood Haley J with these opponents, book Masha and put them together, book Deanna, put them together, book Jordan, book Mickie, make this happen. It could happen. I mean, Al Snow, you could book this too, or Matt Jones,
I've been saying this for 3 years, everyone. Matt Jones, Al Snow, bring me somebody, bring them to me.
We all want you to succeed, and we're looking forward to it. As you mentioned before, you brought this up. I wasn't going to bring it up, but you brought it up. You mentioned the WWE tryout was put on hold. So it's
all over the internet.
Well, it is, but the good thing is that it's still going to happen down the road. And when it does happen, here's what I think: at the time, I had an opportunity to go to Impact Wrestling July of 2019 to work TV as a referee. It didn't work out for a passport situation, whatever, but I felt like I got the next opportunity in February that following in 2020, and that turned into a job. I think that if I went in 2019 in July, I don't think I was ready yet, and I think I would have been disappointed or hurt or whatever, and it wouldn't have panned out. It was the right place, right time. So when it comes to the tryout there, it's the right place, right time. Last week was not the right place, right time, but the next time will be. So that's my encouragement to you and to anybody listening. Anybody, like, there's a time and a place for Haley J to set the world on fire. And right now she's starting to set the world on fire, but just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. So there you go.
I know that's right. Tell them.
She done put down the twigs. She's spread some of the gasoline. She done struck the match. It's starting to bubble up a little bit, but yeah, the world is definitely set on fire. I want to ask a question real quick, and it's a fan question, and Eric wants to know how much to lay out referee Daniel with the sock full of rocks.
It's already happened.
I was gonna ask. I was there.
I was gonna say I can probably find some footage of that.
Yeah, it's already happened, and it hurt, and that was a different Haley. Haley has
that was my favorite moment of all time in the OVW. If you have that footage, send it to me. I'm gonna use it as my lock screen. I'm gonna put it as my intro video. I'm gonna print it out, put it on a blanket, a welcome mat, whatever. I'm gonna get that.
It's on your jumbotron.
Yeah.
Hey, fun fact. I think I brought this up before. Fun fact. I was supposed to be the referee, and Jada and Haley in the match where Aaron Greider got knocked out. But because people don't realize this, that wasn't the last match of the show. There was like it was like another match, and then we went and had a no other hour or something like that. And because Aaron Greider was gonna get laid out, and I couldn't be the ref, we had to switch it to Aaron at the last minute. So there you go. Fun fact. So you would have seen it on Netflix if it wasn't
so
for.
You got lucky this time.
I did
what
get
you're
lucky.
saying.
I did get lucky. Yes, I did get lucky. So anyway, so
listen,
it gave.
We do. Somebody said we don't knock out Daniel. Look, we love Daniel on this show, but our favorite.
I love knocking him out.
Look, my favorite part of wrestling, no matter what promotion he's in, he's got to be the most attacked referee by accident in the history of wrestling. That's favorite moments, Impact, OVW, him in the driveway, somebody knocking him out. Love it. So
wait till you watch Impact Wrestling. This is this week or next week. It's one of the 2 weeks. So yeah, you'll be your favorite episode. It'll be your favorite. Well, it's out there on the Webbers already too. So you'll love it as well. I don't know how much. I don't want to keep up too much of your time, Haley, because I know you're. I don't know how much time you have here, and I don't want to take up all night. And I appreciate you joining us and everything. Before we answer a couple more questions, and then we'll go. But before we do, let's give you a time to plug your stuff, where they can find you on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, the whole 9 yards. Where can they find you at?
Well, you can find me on everything as Hollyhood Haley J.
There you go.
And if you're looking for merch and stuff, you can go on my Instagram bio and click the link, and you'll find what you're looking for.
And then if they want, and when they want to set up, that promoter that's listening to this is like, I want to book Haley versus Masha or Haley versus Mickie.
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm directing all booking, signings, and appearances to my booking email, and that is hollyhoodhaleyj@yahoo.com.
There you go. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. So go follow. If you're not already, I don't know why you haven't been, but go follow already. Go buy the merch and go book her if you're a promoter. Serious inquiries only on those bookings, by the way.
Don't be emailing me.
Yeah, and
your schedule's getting filled. So if you want to book Haley, you got to do it now.
It is actually filling up. I got a couple dates I'm gonna post. Just stay tuned on my social media because it is actually. You're right, Linda. It is almost filled up. So I'll post the dates that I have left, and then boom, we'll fill them up.
So I'm gonna go back to a question that Matthew asked earlier. He said, "What is your favorite match at OVW so far?" I was gonna ask us, "What's your favorite match period so far?" But we can label. We can do an OVW and then we can do an outside of OVW if you have one of those.
Good question. Good question. You know what's crazy? I don't know if I have a favorite match. I feel like I have a few that I really enjoyed. And I always have fun when I wrestle. So but I'm gonna go with for the OVW match, I'm gonna say that it was me and Sierra, our sock on a pole match, because we had I'm pretty sure we were the main event, and that was the first time I ever main event at OVW, and we only had a certain amount of time. They ended up adding extra time, which means we had to do stuff on the Flizzy, and it turned out better. So that's one of my favorite OVW matches. And then
no, I remember I was the ref for that, so I like that match. That was a good match.
bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then outside of OVW, I think mine and Ruby Soho's match was really fun because you expect me to go get beat up for 3 minutes, but we had like 10 minutes and it was a pretty good match.
Nice. Jeremy,
I like to feel Superstar's energy. Everyone says I have this presence about me, but obviously I don't, get that connection within myself. But when I'm standing in a room with another superstar, I can feel that and I can feed off that, and then I just feel like my presence just gets bigger.
I was going to say, Daniel, was that the match that was that the match she struck you with the sock in? I feel like I was there for the match when she hit you.
You was there. You got a picture of it. Yeah. I don't know.
I jumped out of my seat and cheered. Like I had never cheered before when you got smacked in the head with the sock of rocks.
I don't know if that was the match or not, but it could have been. I feel like it was something like that, but it could have been for sure. It was around the time though she was hitting everybody, including me, so I could see it being, at least that time frame. So if it's not that match, it's probably the week before, or the week after, for sure on that. So. Haley, thank you so much again. Go ahead,
Quick
Linda.
question.
Yeah.
What are we doing for your birthday Thursday?
Yes.
What are we doing?
To be determined?
Or we might have to private chat on that one. Is that a private chat one? Is that?
Yeah, Linda.
Okay. All right, I'll wait on that.
I'll see you Thursday, Linda.
Yeah, I'll be there. All right.
We'll go out on this quote here from Lisa. She said, "Hollyhood Haley J has the it factor. She's a star," and we agree absolutely. She has the it factor, and she is a star for sure. But thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you joining the show. I know that it's been a long time coming, as we said before, and I'm just excited to see. I know I am. I know Jeremy is, and Linda. We're all excited to see your future. And future's bright for you, and as you are the Hollyhood star you are, and we're gonna look back and go, you know what, we knew her when she was,
You know what, we miss her. Yeah, you better miss me.
Right. All she does is she makes stars and she turns L's into lessons. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
There you go. Any last things you want to say or plug before we're going to continue the show and you can hop out, but any last things you want to plug or say anything before we go?
I just want to say, I see all these comments over here. I just want to say hi and bye, everyone. I love y'all. I see all y'all in there. Brianna, Crystal, Ryan, everyone. Bye. Thanks for watching and listening to me, because I am the baddest. And come to OVW Thursday night, because I didn't forget about them cracking me with the sock rocks, and I got something in my back pocket. So that's it. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Thanks, Haley. We appreciate it.
Haley.
We'll see you Thursday.
I'll be there. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That was Hollyhood Haley J. There we go.
Good.
Wow.
Yes, that was awesome. I'm so happy that she came on and it worked out. And man, it's she's the best for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and just again seeing this rise for her and just being along with it. This journey has been really awesome, and a lot of great things happening for Haley.
Somebody said, "Oh my God, it's not about you, Daniel." What do you mean? What did I say? That was Not about me. I
That
don't
could have
know.
been any number of things. Can you be more specific, Joey?
Right. I guess you got to be a little more specific on that.
No, Eric just posted he loves trolling you and he's proud of how far you've went. I'll have to say this: as much as I dislike Daniel, and it's a lot, I'm also proud of what he's done. Don't let that get to your head. And I think you've got bigger things coming for you in the future, and I can't wait to be a part of that as well. I can't wait to ride your coattails to the top, brother.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And I don't know, bigger things. I mean, yeah, I guess it's we'll see what that may be. But, I'm having fun doing what I'm doing right now, for sure. It's been a wild ride over the last few years. I mean, when you started this podcast, I wasn't even in the business, and then 3 months later, I was.
I told you weren't in the business, and you argued with me. Look, that guy Mason, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. Wants to know when we'll see Daniel get knocked out again. I think you just told everybody here in a couple weeks on Impact.
Yeah, I did.
Shout out to my guy Mason.
Yes, when will we see Daniel get knocked out again? Yes, you will. I know who Mason is.
You know who that is.
I know who that is. No, we will see pretty soon on that. But I think he's wanting to see it in person. I think that's the thing. So, Mason was at OVW on Thursday night. I wasn't there, so who knows? I probably would have been knocked out on Thursday if I was there. Apparently, I'm glad I wasn't because Eric Cornish took it instead. So,
Eric Montgomery says he'd give somebody $100 to see it happen this Thursday. Just kidding.
I mean, what if? Hey, I can.
He's not kidding.
Just kidding. Who? Just kidding. Hey, man, be careful you throw out $100 because I can find somebody to do it and we'll split that 50-50. I agree. That guy Mason,
CSC 55, by the way.
I agree. That guy Mason is pretty cool. I agree with you, Joey. I agree with you there. What would you just say?
I'm saying my cash app is CSZ 55. Go ahead, send that 100 to me, and then I'll split it. I'll split it with Daniel.
Sure you will.
Something out.
Sure you will. I want to pitch a storyline where Daniel needs a 6'8" bodyguard. Just saying, bro.
Look, he pitches it every week that he comes over to watch SmackDown with the family. So,
what, bodyguard for me or bodyguard for whoever?
It's mostly you. I think he feels like you're the least likely to be able to defend yourself. So I think he's trying to do you a solid.
Oh, okay, that's what he's talking about. When I said to him, I remember I was a ref for that match. I remember I was there. Yeah, of course.
Do you know what nobody wants to see? It's Ryan Mosley. That's what nobody wants to see. Is there a way to block people from the chat?
You actually can. Yeah, actually can.
Let's try to get that figured out for next week.
He thinks that's funny. So
I'm being serious. I don't know what you think. I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to hear saying she wants a manager off with Shannon. Yeah, Shannon got me really mad last week too. So I don't know if you'll be there this week, Bunny. I'll see you there.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous. The way that they treated you all. If I had been able to defend you, I would have in a heartbeat. But it was just sickening. But again, I'm moving my show to Fridays so I could be there to defend y'all from now on. So that's just and support the brand. Love
appreciate it.
Well, where'd it go? Joey said that whoever he'll bodyguard whoever, but I guess you probably need the most talking about me. Hey man, I'll take a bodyguard if you want to be my bodyguard. That's fine. Apparently I do need the most. I get knocked around the most in there.
Look, me and Joey will be there at OVW next week. We've already made the commitment. So the Twin Towers will be in the building, and we're gonna have a good time.
He'll be there Thursday night. DJ Eric said he'll be there Thursday night since he's attended OVW Nightmare Inc. shows for 30 years straight. He has, for sure. I saw Eric this weekend, actually. On my way, as soon as I got back from Memphis, I stopped by another wrestling show and said hey to some friends and that's where I saw Haley and saw Maria and some other people hanging out. And I saw Eric, and DJ Eric was there. So it was good to see DJ Eric. He made the Netflix series for a minute too. Like he popped. They even asked him a question. He got to talk on it. How about that?
Wow. I was unaware that we were in here with the Star and Ryan. I can't stand that kid. I'm so done with him. I'm not acknowledging him. I'm going to do the opposite of a Roman Reigns. I unacknowledge you. I'm not doing this no more. He's getting me worked up, and I don't like peasants to get the king worked up.
That guy Mason said since Daniel gets knocked out a lot, he needs a bodyguard the most. It's probably true, but Mason, are you saying you want to be my bodyguard too? Maybe I could have 2 bodyguards. You know,
If anybody could do it, Mason could do it. That kid's got a lot of energy.
just got on energy for sure, no doubt. I'm sorry. Excuse me. DJ Eric had 2 speaking rows. First, one was talking about Sheeran's store match, and the other one I think he was talking about like being a fan of or if the company goes away or something, what would happen.
Come on, Eric. You're sounding a little bit of Daniel-esque there, patting your back so much you might end up with a wrist splint.
Yeah. A bag of M&Ms.
Every Friday night he gets a bag of M&Ms and a big old Sprite.
Cranberry? Sprite cranberry?
Okay, oh my God, if I have to hear that one more time.
Oh. All right, guys. Let's real quick. Before we close out, I know we shouted out earlier our sponsors, but we do want to give another shout out to, I'll go ahead and throw Collar and Elbow Brand out there, collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code Ringside. You save 10%. We'll throw that out there too as well. So that way you can give them a listen. But Linda, what else can we take advantage of our sponsors there?
All right. You can go over to prowrestlinginsurance.com. Find out how you can be covered should anything happen to you anytime, anywhere. Yes, it's called prowrestlinginsurance.com, but you can find this affordable monthly supplemental coverage for as low as $8 a month for anybody to make sure you get a check written out to you if you get hurt. So make sure to go to prowrestlinginsurance.com, visit our great friend Chris, can fill you in more on this awesome deal, as well as how you can have your event coverage as well if you're hosting an event. prowrestlinginsurance.com, make sure you're covered and let them know we sent you.
And I don't know why I put Collar and Elbow up above you. That's not what I was trying to do, but
that's right.
It's okay. You can go to manscaped.com. When you go to manscaped.com, use promo code referee. You save 20% plus free shipping. The best in male grooming. I'm wearing a Manscaped shirt. Hold on, can you see it? Oh, wait, this way. There it is. Manscaped shirt right there. You can see that. I'm telling you what, it is by far some of the best grooming. You get the beard trim, you get the lawnmower 4.0 that helps you get the nicks and whatnot. Even comes with a light so you can see what you're doing when you're grooming those little areas down there. And also, grooming your body other places too as well. But the beard trimmer right there was amazing on that. You can get that as well. And that I use it quite often. And it's one of my favorites when I have to shave completely for Impact Wrestling. I have to really get this down. And it has adjustments up to from 0.5 all the way to 10, adjusted the exact size you need. It's amazing. Plus, don't forget the Weed Whacker 2.0. Get y'all in the nose hairs, in your the ears and all those little places, hard to reach places too as well. If you get the performance package, easier for me to say, right? You also get the shed that lets you keep a travel bag with everything in there, plus the ball toner and ball deodorant. So check it out, manscaped.com, promo code referee, and save 20% plus free shipping. And then finally, Cornbread Hemp. That's right. When you go to cornbreadhemp.com, you use promo code Ringside and save 15% on all your CBD products. Some of the best products there is. It was a stressful weekend in Memphis. Yes, I drove, but on the night when it was time to go to sleep, I just took one of those CBD gummies, and it helped relax me and put me right to sleep. And there's many more products available when you go to cornbreadhemp.com. Use promo code Ringside, save 50% on all CBD products, and enjoy. And it is legal everywhere. So
yes,
there you
Sarah
go.
from Cornbread Hemp was at Davis Arena again last week, so it was great speaking to her. Hi, Sarah, and everybody else, the great crew there at Cornbread Hemp.
That's right. And we have a couple other sponsors that I've been talking to, so we might be in the process of bringing those up too. And it's sometimes you never know what. Let's put it this way.
Here we go. Can't do it all.
If this sponsor works out, I'm sure between all the other sponsors, they'll be it'll give us stiff competition. So,
Oh God.
Okay.
yeah, there you go. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Oh my God.
But if you'd like to be a sponsor of Ringside
Yes.
Podcast, feel free
Just
to
go
let
to-
us know as well.
Absolutely.
Our
You can
socials.
go-
There you go.
Yep. Go to Ringside Podcast, or I'm sorry, at ringsidepodcast@gmail.com. Send us an email, and you too can be a sponsor of the show, and we'll play your ad. Hey, in the process of putting logos out, we're gonna have your logos up and all these stuff in these videos. Things are gonna happen. We can even play an actual video ad of your product too as well. That's coming soon as well for some of these other current sponsors, as well as a sponsor for you as well. Yes, Sean needs a Manscaped kit the most.
How do y'all know that?
I don't know how, but I'd be more than happy to hook him up with the code referee on that. So
You agreed with him. How do you know that? Is my question.
I laughed. I said, "Yep, okay." That's what I said.
Shout out to our guy Wes Brocky in the building too.
All right, West. Yes, and say hi to Gracie for us.
For sure.
It's the real true star. Even though we had Haley J on, who is a star of Netflix, the real star is for sure Gracie on the show. So yeah, shout out to Gracie for sure for listening and watching. Hopefully she is, because we did keep it. Believe it or not, we kept this PG tonight. Other than the Manscaped talk, we kept
I was
this
gonna
PG.
say, other than balls, it was pretty clean tonight.
pretty much guys. Thanks for listening. Oh, if she's listening, so I need to play paper rock scissors with her, but I can't see her reaction, so
She'll still beat you anyway, so it don't matter.
I know she's beat me a lot in it. She beat me on Netflix. Guys, thanks for listening. As always, you can find us right here if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, or even if you're watching us on Twitter. All you got to do is hit subscribe, follow, or like. I think you have to like on Facebook. You like on Facebook, you subscribe on YouTube, you follow on I think on Twitter, and then your X, whatever you call it, and then you subscribe on Twitch as well. There you go. I throw it all in. But you can get us on the audio. Those of you who listen to the audio version, you can get us on the podcast avenues: Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, tune in, or just go to ringsidepodcast.com and play us that way. Although you can watch these videos later, they'll always be in the archives on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook as well. So go back and watch. If you for some reason listen to the audio and you're like, man, I wish I could watch it, go check us out, because there's some cool things audio visually that we've done too as well for you to check out. When it comes to social media, you can get us all on the social media. Let me throw that up there. Follow us on Instagram, X, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, at Ringside Podcast. And how about that? Is that better, Jeremy?
Wait, did we get TikTok on there?
TikTok is at the Ringside Podcast. We can get us on TikTok. It's at the Ringside Podcast. I just don't put it up there yet because it's a different ad handle, but we're on the TikTok as well. Follow us there as well. And individually on Twitter, I'm at Daniel Spencer. I'm also the same on Instagram, but there you go.
I'm at Jeremy _ my camera started. I'm at Jeremy _ CSZ.
I am on Instagram at Linda K PWR, on the X, Linda K22. But you can find everything, including links directly to my socials, at lovelylindak.com, where I also have my merch store there as well.
Don't forget to just to throw this out there. You can also, once again, you can go to OVW tickets at ovwrestling.com. Use promo code ringside and save 20%. And I'm gonna throw this on the ticker right across here, since we're the official podcast of OVW. Though you can also go to shopovw.com and purchase your merch, including Daniel Spencer merch, Eric Cornish merch, and all your OVW superstars and stars, including Hollyhood Haley J. She's on there too as well. So go there, and you know, Lovely Linda K's got stuff, and also prowrestlingtees.com/Daniel Spencer, where you can not only get Daniel Spencer merchandise, but you can also get your official Ringside Podcast shirt. Soon it'll be on the Shop OVW web, but right now that's the only way you can get it is at Ringside, or at Pro Wrestling Tees/Daniel Spencer. And if you do get it there and you buy that shirt specifically, you'll get a shout out on the show. So no one did that last week, so that's why you didn't get a shout out. But a couple of people did use our promo code Ringside on Collar Nebo, and we appreciate that. CollarNebobrand.com, promo code Ringside, and save 10%. All right.
Well, let's mention also Pro Wrestling Tees and on the Shop OVW, Eric Cornish gear as well. So
Yes. Eric Cornish is on the shop.
Everybody's got merch but Jeremy. Let's just point it out again.
Well, Jeremy, you do have merch. Jeremy has merch at ProWrestlingTees.com/Daniel Spencer. It's the Ringside Podcast T-shirt. That is your merch as well, Jeremy.
I need my 55 shirt and hoodies put on there.
I guess you do. Yeah,
Maybe.
I guess you do.
It is what it is.
All right.
Sorry, I see this MySpace talk, and we can do a whole episode just about MySpace. Really, it's bringing back some nostalgia, some memories. Remember, you get to pick your song, the top 8. Yes. Maybe.
Remember how much drama? You remember how much drama, Linda, you get if somebody was number 9 in your top 8?
Yes. Or yeah.
I thought it was the top 9. Was it top 8 only?
Oh, it was a top 8.
But if they weren't a part of it, we can save this talk for the time. I like that.
And then they expanded it to 16, and it looked like you had too many tops.
Right. So, well, guys,
we could bring it back and make a Ringside one. I think that's what she was trying to get at. Anyways, I digress.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. As always, we appreciate it. Next week we'll be live again at 7:15 Eastern time, right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook, right here on Twitch, or right here on Twitter. I don't know where you're watching, so I'll say right here. We're gonna be live again. I don't know who our guest is just yet, but I'm working on a couple things. But you'll see the announcement. If I have it earlier, I may tweet out a little teaser, but I might need you to retweet or like or something to get it. But we'll announce it at least before the show airs on Thursday or Tuesday, who that is. So I'll be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, between time,
until next time, you can catch us ringside live, the only place that it's okay to cross streams.
See ya.